Good evening and good day, everyone. If you're tuning in, I am L'Oreal Nell. I am an essential wellness coach. I reside in Durban, South Africa, and we are going to be introducing the inner child healing. The inner child healing and the inner world healing is all about healing your inner child to your inner adult. And that way we are able to not only work with our inner selves, but also our body. As we attune ourselves and align our chakras, we'll be working with specific organs to from different parts of the body so that we are able to release blockages, ailments, and stagnation, like those stagnant energies is what causes problems within the body. So if you when we work with when we think about healing with the inner child, we think about when all those traumas first started, when the ego started getting bruised, and we just align ourselves with just that being that big sister or the big brother to ourselves, to our little selves, when we go back into a little bit of a meditation, which we will do just now. I'm just opening up my notes. And the inner child. So as we get older, we realize that we've never really dealt with our childhood issues or our childhood problems and our traumas and situations that either suppressed us or shaped us in ways that that affected us growing up and our attitudes in life. And this will also bring limiting beliefs. As we grow up, we have these limiting beliefs that we carry into our childhood. So if we could go back and align ourselves and align ourselves with our childhood, our child within us, and our teenager, that stubborn, rebellious teenager that used to, that's where our egos really started developing. And this was a part where, our defense mechanism started stepping in. Sometimes you might be like today, you might find yourself feeling hard to feel grounded. And when you're more grounded, you have more stability in your life, you have more momentum in life. And when that is filled with insecurities, that can create so many blockages. I see everyone is joining us. Yay. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So basically, those who are just joining, we were talking about the inner child healing, how it is linked, how we can link it through aligning our chakras to our inner child. So you have to look at what traits have been passed to you through, from that little childhood, those incidents, and the way we've talked to people and the way we still continue to talk to people, even to ourselves, creating those limiting beliefs. Getting grounded is about clearing that monkey mind. It's about, removing the blockages of removing the beliefs that we currently block our manifestation. So I want you to all close your eyes while you're here. I want you to all close your eyes. I want you to sit. And I want you to sit with that little boy or that little girl that is, maybe crying or going through something in deep within you, that there was something wrong and something happened. Now we go to that little girl and you're going to sit with her and that boy, and you're going to sit. Take a deep breath in and out. And you're going to sit with them. And you're going to see them there crying, sniffing, going through all of those emotions. And you're going to tell them that it's okay. And you're going to hug them. And you're going to show them the person that you are today, the person who you've become today. Take a deep breath in Visualize her just sitting there, him or her sitting there. Is she smiling? Is she crying? Is she playful? Do you have a message for your little girl, your little boy? I want you to think about that. I want you to think what you would say to her or him. Because that inner child wants to talk to you. So think about the few words that you have to say. Comfort them. Let them know that the adult to you is there. And everything turned out beautiful, turned out great. Right. Then you're going to come back to center, saying goodbye, letting them know we'll see you there. And then you're going to come awake. If you've got some water, drink some water. It's very good to replenish. So now going through the chakra system, there are 7 chakras that we work with. And so we start with the inner child, the inner toddler, which is your root chakra, where everything started. Then you're going to go and you're going to move up to the sacral chakra, which is your inner child, the sensitivity, holding all of that. And then you're going to move up and you got the teenager who's got the ego, where the ego starts to develop. So when you work on the solar plexus, you start working on the teenager side of you, the things that, that started shaping us when we started grabbing our own personalities and choices and, not listening to our parents, the rebelling side. And then we've got the heart chakra, which is the young adult that had to take on responsibilities, that had to take on all of those, the bullying at school, because like high school wasn't always friendly for a lot of people. And that young adult had all of those issues coming from the teenage side. So you're going to end up pulling that energy up as we work through it. And then we're going to work with the adult, which is the throat chakra. And that's where we start, our communication really, really starts to develop as an adult. How we learn to really, really communicate with people on not just on a physical level, but on an energetic level as well. What we are putting out into that world, how well we listen to circumstances, to situations, to knowledge. And then we move to the third eye chakra, which is your adult, your senior, your senior adult, going into your 30s and your 40s. If you're not there yet, that means you have time, make space and pull the energy up so that we can ascend in those areas by the time we get there. Then you work with the crown chakra. That's the ascension. That is the all-knowing. That is the greatness, our protection. That is our. So now when we work with every level of our inner child, working up to the crown chakra, we're working all our way through the wisdom that we have and the wisdom that we know. And that is one of the best ways we can now not only also work on the inner child, but also work on the physical side of our bodies. If we've got ailments like women that suffer with endometriosis, you have to work on the root chakra and that sacral chakra and work deeply with that energy so that you're able to pull that energy up throughout your body so that you can ascend. And this is about ascending. This is about, stepping into our true power. But we can need to take those steps and able to do that. Otherwise, we make it so difficult for ourselves, leaving ourselves blindsided with all this ego and emotions, because we're dealing with all of these emotions, and how to deal with these emotions is working through the chakra system. That is able to balance you. It is able to work through those sexual insecurities, the impotency, and just stimulating those energies and getting rid of your blockages, because everything is about overcoming something in our lifetime. We've had traumas that have shaped us. You can go from crying from when you're little to be vibrant and happy and motivating, and it's just from transitioning through those chakras because you're working with those different energies. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box. If you'd like to know anything or talk about, any of the chakra systems. How many here, actually, just let me know, how many here are quite familiar with the chakra system? Just put it down in the message box and say, yes, I do. No, I don't. I know somewhat of the chakra, because there's actually 12 that we work with. 7 are just the basics. And then after the ascension, it's like a rotation so that you can lift the energy up again. And then you go with in depth. Joanna says, hi, Joanna. Thanks for joining us. Beginner, that's cool. We love it. We love to see what each person knows about the chakra, because in that way, we know the level of understanding. So what does it mean to balance your chakras? Answer just in the chat box. Give me like what does it mean to you to have your chakras balanced? I'll give you a moment there to all reply. What is it to balance your chakras? What does it mean for you to balance your chakras? So while I'm waiting for that, I'll just carry on with, and we'll go back to that. So I actually wanted to do a little meditation. We'll do that one at the end though. I wanted to bring out, there is a beautiful, beautiful crystal card that helps with unfolding, nurturing, manifesting, and this is Jasper. Okay, Joanna says, release anything that is blocked in some areas. Okay, yes, that is. That is to remove blockages and to remove limitations. It's also working through the limitations part of our bodies, because when we work through our chakra system, we are working on a level of understanding. It means to balance body, mind, and spirit. So Chris says it balances body, mind, and spirit. Yes, Chris, that is correct. It is to balance the trio. Well done. So yeah, so we're balancing out the trio. We're balancing out the body, mind, and soul, because we're creating that balance and momentum. So I just wanted to read this one. This is a crystal card. I use crystal cards as well, and I use crystals to help with we add it into our chakra healing, because each one. So we're going to start with the root chakra, and that would be, Jasper is one of your easily obtained stones that you can use to help balance yourself, nurturing and unfolding. So this one says, the energies of a jasper are subtle and deeply felt. Its color reflects the earth's blood, and like earth, is in no hurry. It allows us to slow things down and give us time to draw and see the bigger picture. Jasper works well in conjunction with other fast-moving stones, allowing energy to be balanced and grounded. Its differing shades and patterns have specific properties. The slow-acting properties are useful for nurturing the self. Nurturing the self. How many of you have been in a situation where you just can't deal anymore? There's just so many emotions going through you, and you don't know what to do, and you don't know which way to turn. What happened to that self-nurturing? Being your best friend, making yourself a cup of tea when you're feeling all down and out. That again, using a herb to help balance the emotions of the body. And that's how we work deeply, is using all non-invasive techniques. So it offers determination and the ability to see things through. This could be simply in terms of completing something, or more strongly in helping one overcome obstacles and conflicts by generating assertive and decisive behavior. And how our behavior also changes You know, when we change from bad habits to good habits, our momentum changes. Our our aura also changes, because things that used to be habitual and mundane and that were kind of slowing us down, and now we've transitioned. When you transition from those obstacles and you take that leap, you become more balanced. You become um, more assertive or more in alignment with what you want to be and where you want to be. So as the healing color suggests, jasper is useful for the circulatory system and imbalances with the digestion and reproductive systems. It is helpful in overcoming long-term disease and works to balance the male and feminine energies of the body. Drawing this card indicates there's a need for quiet, clear determination and thought. Think of an issue of concern. Are you looking to the long term or merely satisfying the immediate ego-based will? So this is it. Are we feeding ourselves? Are we feeding that ego? You know, the solar plexus, when we work there, we start touching on the ego and we start poking at that ego just softly and gently, so that we can tap into it and we can tell the ego it's okay. Yes, Chris, tapping. And that's one thing we do, is we tap into that. We tap into our ego, and just to soften it and to say it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have your defense mechanism. But let's change it up a little bit. Our defense doesn't have to be so strong and hard. Our defense mechanism can actually be quite soft and yet protective. It doesn't have to, because that's where when our ears are bruised and touched, we simply know that there exactly is the place that needs to be fixed. If we take offense very quickly. So working with our ego is also a way to you know, when we pull those energies up, you will see your body start to feel different. Your energy changes, your brain fog disappears. You know, there's so many ways that we are able to just move forward if we allow ourselves, if we stop restraining ourselves from moving forward. Don't make it so hard for yourself. Sitting and meditating is one of, sometimes people say it's the hardest thing to do, but it really isn't, because all you're doing is quieting the monkey mind. Quieting the mind so it allows clearer thoughts to come through, that you're able to channel messages. And a lot of that we do with a child in a child work, or in a healing world, is that we sit and we listen to our bodies. We listen to what our body is trying to tell us from different points of views. And those points of views would be your chakra system. Yes, so does anybody have any questions? Please don't forget, you can pop them down into the chat box and I can answer them. Or if you have anything to say or any kind of experience that you may have had while healing with the chakra system, please pop it down in the chat box. So I was hoping that I could walk everyone through, because this is just a very short session, an introductory to the chakra and inner world healing. If you would like to go more in depth, I do offer it as an 8-week course where we go through each week with each chakra, including the crystals, your herbs, because we supplement as well with the chakras. We supplement the chakras so that they can, you know, excel and they can grow, and our energies can grow as well. So let us do a little meditation. I would like everybody to close their eyes and take a deep breath in and just get all of those nicks and crannies, and you know, just move that body a little bit, get that energy going. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath in. I want you to connect with the color that pops up into your head. When you close your eyes, what color? There are 7 colors to choose from. There's the chakra system. What color comes to you? Visualize that color. See it expanding and then going smaller, and it's expanding. That color, that chakra is where you need to work on. Maybe blue, maybe red, maybe the crown chakra, maybe the third eye chakra. All I want you to do is visualize that color. Let it expand like a beautiful ball, almost like a balloon that's about to pop. Just take a deep breath in. Now that color is going to begin to go in a direction, and you're going to follow it. That color is going to take you down a journey, down a path. When you get to the path, it's going to meet you there in a circle by a bench. And your inner child or your inner teenager is going to be there. Only you will know who's going to be there or will meet you there. Is it your inner child, your inner toddler? Is it your teenager self? Is it your adult self? And you're going to sit there and you're going to greet. And that ball is going to go over the both of you. What conversation would you be having with that person, with yourself? What kind of conversation would you be having? Are you letting them know everything is okay? Do you put your hands on them to say everything is going to be okay? Have a little conversation with that person. Just letting them know it's okay. Everything turned out great. And that you're watching them from the outside to the inside. You can feel them from the inside to the outside. And you're going to hand them that jasper, that red jasper crystal. Then you reach into your pocket and you open it out, and then you hand them that red jasper crystal. And then you're going to give your thanks, and you're going to hug them. As that light color comes smaller and smaller and smaller, it's going to lead you back to your way home. And there you go, walking down the path, saying goodbye to that inner you. And we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to hold that breath. And we're going to exhale. Become aware of your current surroundings. Become aware. You can hear the surroundings. You can hear the people around you, or the traffic in the background, or the birds. And then we're going to come back to center and put that color where it needs to be on our body. If you know the chakra system, put that color back like you're putting something back on the shelf. And we thank ourselves for connecting. We thank ourselves for connecting to ourselves. And when you're ready, you may open up your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes, and drink that glass of water. I have a cup of tea. Thank you to all those who have just joined us as well. Seeing you all have come in to join us. Tegra, can you hear me? And she's gone off. Okay, did anybody have any kind of experience during that little meditation? If you didn't, that's okay. If you did feel any kind of sensations, any feelings, please let us know. We'd love to know if you've experienced anything. If you didn't, that's also fine. But if something came up for you then, if something did come up to you, you got to take that further. You got to take that step and feel and follow your intuition. And one of the great things is Joanna says, I felt a pull to the right and a bright yellow color and some spinning too. Okay, we have 10 minutes left because my Zoom told me so. Okay, you felt some spinning. Okay, so right now that's the ego. That solar plexus is your teenager that you need to work on. You need to work on that fragile teenager that was trying so hard to be strong and protective over yourself. So that's where your deep work needs to, but you need to work from the root chakra and pull that energy up. Because when you work on the child and you work up, that teenager won't be so hard to work with by the time you get there. So work on your root chakra, you work on your sacral chakra. You're more than welcome to contact me after this meeting. Tell you more about the colors. Okay, so actually after the call, everyone will get a freebie with the colors and the chakra. The chakras, because in our program, we actually, in the book, it has everything to do with the chakras and the colors and what they mean and how we go through them. So definitely you will be receiving, so I've got all your emails, you'll be receiving one at the end of this call. Within the next 2 hours, you will receive your chakra with the colors. So Chris, you'll receive it, just check your inbox. Okay. So basically, the colors, I will briefly go through how you can use the organs and the chakras. So I don't have my notes here, which actually had everything on them. So I'm going to open up a section of my book so that everybody oh, don't we just love technology? Oh, here we go. Okay, so what we're going to discuss about the colors. Oh no. I will send it to everyone via email. I can't seem to find it here. I was supposed to put it up, but it seems to have been misplaced. So I'll send it to you via email. We'll all go through it then. So then you'll get a little bit more understanding about, unfortunately, we don't have time to cover everything, But we will definitely, if you want to do another, if you're going to do another session, this will also be on replay so that we can go through and we go more in depth. If you want to jump onto a consultation, you're all more than welcome to. The consultation includes a card reading and a weekly wellness calendar. This helps you to work each day with different attributes and motivations to connect more deeply with our chakra system. So yeah, so Joanna says she felt that pull with the pull to the right. So if it's the left, the right, you get the masculine energies on your right side. So you could be working with the masculine ego, or the masculine side of your chakras. So have a look at that, see how you feel about that as well. Yeah. So if further ado, I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining tonight. Unfortunately, our time is up. And if you would like to join on another Zoom meeting, we are doing an EFT and TFT tapping tomorrow, meditation. And then later on, well, I've got all of your emails. So if I will be sending out those. So thank you for joining. You'll find this on the replay. If you're on the groups, you can go to Essential Wellness Global. The group will be up there. So yeah, thank you all for joining from wherever you are joining from around the world. I am from Durban, South Africa, and it's been amazing to join and have everybody on board with me. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.